Lush, and I'm here outside the Hub Culture Pavilion, outside the Ice House. Very delighted now to be joined by Irina Bokova, Director General of UNESCO. Thank you very much for joining me. Tell me, how does culture fit within this idea of the fourth industrial revolution?
I think culture fits perfectly well for different reasons. During the debate of the Agenda 2030, we have made a big push and advocacy so that culture, in a very general terms, in its different dimensions, is recognized as a driver for development. I will give you one example, which is linked to the cultural industries, creative industries, they call them, and the jobs they create. We just released with Deloitte a report testifying that there are almost 30 million jobs in the world that are created by these cultural industries, more than the automobile industry. And apart from that, the other side, which is, I would say, more difficult to quantify, is the impact on social cohesion, on gender equality. For example, in the UK, most of these jobs are, I would say half almost of them are taken by women. They boost development in the least developed countries, and they're jobs that cannot be exported. They're local jobs. They're very well integrated into local circumstances and economies. So culture is a big driver of development. And the other side, of course, and I think it is very important, because culture is linked to conflict. And so many conflicts nowadays in the world, and of course I'm speaking about Syria, Iraq, I'm speaking about violent extremism, and we know that it is dragging down the world economy with a spillover effect globally.
So in terms of the second part of that, the kind of less positive aspect, destroying culture, what do you see that could be done to educate people that even in a conflict, even when you disagree with the government of a country, destroying culture benefits no one?
Well, it's a very difficult, I would say, debate because you cannot reach out to these extremists who are using extreme ideologies, who are rejecting even the notion that we are standing as one humanity, that we share some values. I think they do because they believe that history delegitimizes them. They want to reject history, to delete memory. And it's so important for all of us because it is linked to identities. And just take the example with the Yazidis. If you chase Yazidis from where they have lived for centuries, destroy their temples, destroy their culture and their traditions, they stop being, in fact, something that they have been for centuries. And of course, the other side is, the dark side is the illicit trafficking of objects, the illicit excavations, archaeological, and financing of the, once again, this humanitarian crisis, so to say, the extremism. So I think it is a huge challenge. No government, no institution, organization can do it alone. We need partnerships, partnerships with the art market, a partnership also with the private sector, with the academia, with the museums, with the experts, communities, in order to stop this illicit trafficking. And also through this, I would say, stop the demand of this illicit trafficking, and in this sense protect the environment, protect the heritage. But I think what is also very important is to put the dots together, to put the dots between the security aspect of it, the cultural aspect, and the humanitarian aspect of this problem.
Thank you very much for stopping by the Hub Culture Pavilion here in Davos, and I'm Edie. Lush.